Hannah bint Jahsh met the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, on the way back, and he announced the death of her brother, Abdullah bin Jahsh, to her. She said, "To Allah we belong and to Him we will verily return. I ask Allah's forgiveness." Then he announced the death of her maternal uncle Hamza bin Abdul Muttalib. She said, "To Allah we belong and to Him we will verily return. I ask Allah's forgiveness." But when he announced the death of her husband Musab bin Umair to her, she shouted and won. Seeing her doing so, the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, said, "The woman's husband is extremely dear to her." Ibn Hisham 298. He passed by a woman of Bani Dinar whose husband, father, and brother were all killed at Uhud. When their death announced, she said, "How is the Messenger of Allah, PBUH?" They said, "Well indeed. O mother of so. Thanks for Allah, he is well and as good as you desire." She said, "Let me see him." They pointed at him. Seeing him she said, "All misfortunes are nothing so long as you are safe." Ibn Hisham 299, Umsid bin Muad came, running to see the Prophet, PBUH. At that time her son was holding the rein of his mare. Seeing his mother, he said to the Prophet, PBUH, "O Messenger of Allah, PBUH, this is my mother." The Prophet, PBUH, said, "She is welcome," and he stopped and waited for her. When she drew near, he consoled her for her killed son Amr bin Muad. But she said, "So long as I see you are safe, my misfortune will certainly go into oblivion." Then the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, supplicated Allah for the relatives of those who were killed at Uhud and said, "Cheer up, Umsid, and bear good tidings to their kindred that all their people killed in the battle are comrades in paradise, and they are intercessors for all their kinsfolk." She replied, "O Messenger of Allah, we are satisfied. Who would cry on them after this cheerful news?" Then she resumed saying, "O Messenger of Allah, invoke Allah for those who stayed behind." He said, "O Allah, keep sorrow off their hearts, and console them with their misfortunes. Compensate those who stayed behind with goodness and welfare." As Seerat al-Halabi at 247, in the evening of that day, i.e. Saturday, the 7th of Shawwal, 3rd year AH, the messenger arrived in Medina. As soon as he reached his house, he handed his sword to his daughter Fatima and said, "O daughter, wash the blood off this sword. By Allah, it has been helpful to me today." Ali bin Abi Talib handed her his sword and said, "And wash the blood of this sword too. By Allah, it has been helpful to me today." So the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, said, "Saul bin Hanif and Abu Duyana has been as courageous as you are in the fight." Ibn Hisham 2/100. Most of the narrations confirm that 70 Muslims were killed and most of them, 65, helpers, 41 of whom were from Khazraj and 24 from AWS. This, besides one Jew and 4 immigrants.